And I was never with women. It didn't even cross my mind. This was not something that was an option for me, right? So your brain don't even go there. Body doesn't go there.
I know at this point I started playing pickleball, and I was like, come play pickleball. Y'all have to go ahead and look at YouTube to figure out what pickleball is. Or insert a clip. I'm sure we got plenty of videos.
I'll put some clips in there so I can see how fun this game is.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
And if you have access to pickleball, go play it. We have the best time.
It's so good.
So I finally talked Parshell into coming to pickleball. And I had met a lady before playing pickleball at the YMCA named Moya. So me just being like, come play pickleball, these two play pickleball together and start liking each other. So did you ever struggle with your sexuality? Moya is a woman, if anybody didn't know. Moya is a woman. Did you ever think that you were into women, or are you more into just a person, a soul, or do you identify yourself as anything, or no? How did we get here today? Right.
Well, I don't necessarily identify as anything. I say I just love who I love.
True.
Right. So this experience of being open like this and being with another woman really did have me to self-reflect on all of my connections in the past. And I was never with women. It didn't even cross my mind. This was not something that was an option for me, right? So your brain don't even go there. Body doesn't go there. Only thing that went there was emotions. Okay. So when I look back, there were women that I had close connection with, but it never was anything else. It just was, I just enjoyed being around this person. Okay. And so that was the extent of it. I had no idea of any sort of attraction to women. As far as I'm concerned, I basically preached against it. You know what I'm saying? So this wasn't something that I knew or was open to in any way. I wasn't exposed to a lot of it either, so I didn't even. You don't know. I just knew it was wrong. I just knew it was wrong.
Damn.
Yeah.
But that's a word.
I just knew it was wrong. I didn't even quite.
I didn't have an experience with it. Yes. But I knew it was wrong.
Yeah.
Don't that sound crazy?
That's the whole and that's the whole thing. It's just like that sums up so much. Because how can I say I don't enjoy something or something that isn't even beneficial for me if I haven't experienced and I don't know it for myself? I'm just going off of your word and your experience, which is based on your perception and your programming, and what you're telling me based on your experience. Okay. And I learned
for the slow folks, that would be like me saying I don't like onions and never had an onion before. Yes. You'd be like, wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Shouldn't you try it first before you say?
Nope.
And you can't preach against onions. Me being like, you better not eat an onion.
Well, because what I was told was that the onion would, make this happen and cause these issues and cause this whirlwind of sin and, just being hellbound, basically. Wow. You know what I mean? If you consider that.
And you can say, I don't like onions, and it's okay. It's not, but to preach against onions is a different thing. Because no, I'm not a lesbian. I've never been with a woman. I don't have a sexual desire to be with a woman. But I'm not going to tell the world you shouldn't be with a woman. Right. That's not my experience. So, there's so many words up in there, girl. But to preach against it. But continue.
So with Moya, so we met playing pickleball. Yeah. And then I just enjoyed her presence and being with her, and we became good friends. And eventually, she's the one who sat me down one day and said, I have feelings for you. She's got that fire. She can't hold much stuff back. She's gonna say what she got to say. So she said it, and I'm like a deer in headlights, like I couldn't even talk. I'm like dumbfounded. I didn't know what to do. I think I did ended up leaving because I was at her house when she said that, and I was like, well, I'm gonna go home. This is because we were getting ready to go to Thailand the next day. So she left me with all this, information before we went to Thailand.
Meanwhile, I didn't know that they was secretly like y'all were doing things and she wasn't telling me. Remember you showed y'all had been all over San Diego and I didn't know. When you finally told me that you and Moya liked each other, you were like, we went here, the Blossom Festival. I was like, wait, y'all been doing all this?
Well, some of that was just because we were hanging out.
A lot. They were hanging out a lot. And Moria and I wasn't the closest.
Yeah.
I thought she was a little spunky, and I'm spunky, so it's a spark.
Yes.
But what we have in common is our love for you. So now we're good. But y'all were, she set you down, and I remember you had a lot we were going to Thailand the next day.
Oh my God. So it's like all these things that just like it was like big moments, because I'd never been outside of the country before, like going across the water. So all these things was big and new that were happening. But once I got to Thailand, and I think it was that day we went to Phuket, because all this was on my mind. I don't think I said anything.
You hadn't said nothing, but you was nervous about going out the country.
Yes. But so I think we were in Phuket, and that's when I just started. It was on that drive to Phuket. Remember, all of us, we had our earbuds on. Nobody was talking. We were just on our ride.
Yeah.
And I just sat there and I really considered my heart, you know, and I noticed that everything that was happening there, which was brand new, she was the only person I wanted to tell. So I'm still messaging her. I'm still like, oh, look at this, like, you know, all this experience. She had been to Thailand before, you know what I mean? So I was like, oh, look at this, what we did. And I just started to just notice my heart and what I was doing out of the genuineness that I had, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so bit by bit, she started to kind of wear me down and, you know, make inappropriate comments and stuff like that. She was
Mama.
Yeah.
To the Mac Daddy, Mac Mama.
And then it just, once we got back, and once I got back from Thailand, that's when everything kind of officially started from just being together.
Right.
And yeah, I never kissed a woman, and never, none of that. And all that happened once I got back from Thailand.
All right. And it felt so natural for you. Very natural.
Yeah.
And then you guys went to Thailand again. I feel like you were...
So this is where the story began with us, I think, me and Moya, is because once I got back from Thailand, you know, we were together now. That maybe like 2 weeks passed or something like that. She had already bought tickets for herself to go to Thailand several months before I went, before we went. So she ended up calling me. I'm out to lunch, and she says, I remember I told you I'm going to Thailand. I'm like, yeah. She says, well, I can't imagine going without you. She says, so I need to know in the next 20 minutes if you want to go. I got everything taken care of.
Right.
Sitting there like, oh. So I wanted to go with, you know what I mean? It's like I wanted to go, so we went. And what's funny too, she hardly ever travels with other people. She usually travels by herself, because when you travel with somebody, especially over an extended period of time, that's a major test on a relationship. You learn about a lot of people when you travel. Yep. Right? So this trip was 3 weeks.
It was a long trip.
It was a long trip, but the best trip. Oh. The best trip ever. And then we've just been traveling different places since then. So, yeah.